Welcome to Mythos AI, your source for Cliff's Notes on complex subjects. Join Anna and Phil for yet another engaging conversation.
Today we're doing a deep dive into the career of Scott Guthrie.
Okay.
He's been instrumental in Microsoft's evolution,
Right.
particularly as a champion for developers.
Yeah.
We'll trace his journey from the early days of .NET to his place at the forefront of cloud computing and AI.
Guthrie's story is interesting because it's so intertwined with the evolution of the tech industry itself. He didn't just ride the waves of change, he played a significant role in creating them.
Let's start at the beginning. What were those early days like?
Guthrie's passion for computers and programming began at a young age. This led him to Duke University, where he earned a degree in computer science.
Yeah.
You can see how this early fascination with software really laid the groundwork for his future.
And that led him to Microsoft.
Yes, in 1997.
Okay.
One of his early roles involved working on Internet Information Services, or ISER.
ISIS, Microsoft's web server software, is a pretty critical component for managing web applications, even today.
It was even more so then. Even in those early days, he was working on technology that was shaping how we interact with the Internet. His technical skills were evident, and he quickly became a key player in Microsoft's developer division. It was his role in developing the .NET framework that really cemented his place in tech history.
.NET was a significant development in the tech world.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Working alongside Mark Anders, Guthrie co-created the .NET framework, which launched in 2002.
Boy.
.NET provided developers with a unified platform for building a wide variety of applications, web, desktop, even mobile. It was a revolution in software development.
What made it so revolutionary?
Before .NET, developers often had to use different languages and tools for different types of applications.
Right.
This fragmentation made development complex and time-consuming.
Yeah.
.NET changed that by providing a common language infrastructure, allowing developers to use a single language, like C#, to build any kind of application. This streamlined development and made it more accessible.
So it increased efficiency and lowered barriers to entry for developers.
Exactly.
Yeah. And that was a big deal. It wasn't just about making things easier for developers. It was about enabling them to build better software faster. This had a huge impact on the industry, leading to the development of countless applications we use today.
And of course, we can't forget his contribution to ASP.NET, which really put .NET on the map in terms of web development.
Right. ASP.NET was, and still is, a framework for building dynamic web applications.
Yeah.
It simplified web development and gave developers more flexibility in creating dynamic, interactive web pages and services.
So essentially, Guthrie was making it easier for people to build the websites and applications we rely on every day.
Precisely.
Yeah.
His advocacy for developers and focus on creating powerful yet intuitive tools helped Microsoft gain the loyalty of a massive developer community, which is crucial in the competitive tech industry. That commitment has been a consistent thread throughout his career.
Which leads us to the next chapter, the world of cloud computing in Azure.
In 2011, Scott Guthrie took the helm of Microsoft's Azure business, which was still in its early stages.
It had been launched just the year before, in 2010, primarily as a platform as a service, or PaaS, offering.
Okay.
This means that Azure initially focused on providing a platform for developers to run their applications without having to manage the underlying infrastructure.
So how did Azure evolve from this initial PaaS offering to become the comprehensive cloud platform it is today?
Guthrie played a pivotal role in that evolution. Under his leadership, Azure expanded significantly, adding infrastructure as a service and software as a service, SaaS, to its offerings.
For those unfamiliar, could you elaborate on the distinction between these as a service models?
Of course. Azure provides users with the basic building blocks for cloud IT virtual servers, storage, networking, and users then add their own operating systems and applications.
Okay.
With PaaS, which Azure initially focused on, the platform handles the underlying infrastructure, including the operating systems and other software, so developers can focus on deploying and managing their applications. SaaS, on the other hand, delivers software applications over the internet on demand, and typically on a subscription basis, things like email, customer relationship management, that sort of thing.
So Azure moved beyond just being a platform for running applications to providing the entire spectrum of IT infrastructure and software services.
Exactly. This made Azure a much more versatile and comprehensive cloud platform, capable of meeting the diverse needs of businesses of all sizes. It's a testament to Guthrie's vision. He saw the potential of cloud computing early on and was determined to make Azure a major player.
And he did. Today, Azure is one of the leading cloud platforms globally, competing with giants like Amazon Web Services, AWS, and Google Cloud. How did Azure achieve this level of success in such a competitive market?
Guthrie had a clear strategy.
Okay.
He focused on constantly expanding Azure's capabilities, adding new services, and ensuring it supported a wide range of programming languages and frameworks, understanding that attracting developers required providing them with the tools and flexibility they needed.
It sounds like he was instrumental in pushing Azure toward being a more open and flexible platform.
That's precisely right. He didn't just focus on making it work well with Windows-based applications.
Right.
He ensured Azure supported Linux and other open-source technologies.
Which would have been a significant shift for Microsoft at the time, given its history as a primarily proprietary software company.
It was a significant shift, but Guthrie recognized that embracing open source was essential, not only for Azure's success, but also for Microsoft's relevance in the evolving technology landscape. This decision to embrace open source was a major factor in attracting developers and enterprises seeking hybrid cloud solutions.
He helped break down the perception of Microsoft as a purely proprietary software company.
He did.
Yeah.
In doing so, he broadened Azure's appeal and helped to gain a foothold in the cloud market.
A smart move that clearly paid off. Azure's growth has been phenomenal. Can you give us a sense of the scale of this growth?
Under Guthrie's leadership, Azure built a vast network of data centers all around the world to ensure high availability. They offered an incredibly broad range of cloud services, everything from computing power and storage to AI and machine learning capabilities. This led to a substantial increase in Azure's revenue, solidifying Microsoft's position as a leader in the cloud industry.
But it wasn't just about the technology, was it? Guthrie's leadership style also played a role.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He's known for his approachable leadership style. You'll often see pictures of him in his signature red polo shirt.
Right.
He's a hands-on leader who, throughout his career, has stayed connected to the developer community. He believes in transparency, empowers his teams, and focuses on building products that deliver real value.
It's a leadership style that has clearly resonated within Microsoft and beyond. Seems to be a key ingredient in his success.
His strategic vision has consistently been about creating platforms and tools that make developers' lives easier.
Yep.
And this brings us to his work in AI.
An area where he's also had a significant impact.
He has. He sees AI as a natural progression of his work on .NET and Azure, always striving to empower developers. And he's been deeply involved in integrating artificial intelligence into Microsoft's cloud offerings, positioning Azure as a leading AI platform.
His vision for AI seems closely tied to his approach to cloud computing and developer tools in general.
Exactly. He sees AI as integral to the future of cloud computing. Under his leadership, Azure has developed an impressive array of AI capabilities designed to help businesses implement AI solutions at scale, things like Azure Machine Learning and Azure Cognitive Services.
Can you elaborate on those?
Azure Machine Learning gives developers the tools to build and deploy their own machine learning models using their own data and algorithms, or leveraging pre-built models and algorithms. Azure Cognitive Services, on the other hand, provides access to pre-built AI models for things like natural language processing, computer vision, and anomaly detection, allowing developers to add these capabilities to their applications without having to build these complex AI systems from scratch.
So he's essentially democratizing access to some of the most advanced AI tools, making them available not just to researchers and developers, but to businesses that can put them to practical use.
That's exactly right. This is particularly evident in Azure's partnership with OpenAI, where things get really interesting. Guthrie was instrumental in forging this partnership, which has brought some of the most advanced AI models, like GPT, to the Azure platform.
That partnership allowed Microsoft to integrate those powerful language models into Azure services, making them accessible to a much wider audience.
Yes, particularly enterprise customers. Guthrie's strategic vision was a driving force behind Azure OpenAI service, which has been a game changer in terms of giving enterprises the ability to use these large language models to improve their operations.
In what ways?
Think about customer service, for example. These AI models can power chatbots that provide much more natural and helpful interactions. Or think about how they can boost productivity by automating tasks, generating content, or even helping with data analysis. The possibilities are quite expansive.
It's clear that these AI models have the potential to transform various aspects of business operations.
Absolutely. And it's important to note that Guthrie hasn't just focused on the technical side of AI. He's also been a strong advocate for its responsible development and deployment.
That's crucial. As AI becomes more powerful, the ethical considerations become even more critical.
Exactly. And Guthrie understands that. He's been very active in ensuring that Microsoft's AI platforms are developed with ethical considerations in mind, focusing on fairness, transparency, and accountability. For example, he supported efforts to establish guidelines for the use of facial recognition technology, ensuring it's used responsibly and ethically. He's also been a proponent of using AI to promote accessibility, such as developing tools that help people with disabilities. He's helped to implement guidelines to govern the use of AI, making sure that Azure's AI tools are used responsibly across all industries.
So it's not just about making AI powerful, it's about making sure it's used for good.
Precisely. And that's been a hallmark of Guthrie's leadership. He sees the potential of technology, but he also recognizes the responsibility that comes with it.
His impact on Microsoft and the tech industry is undeniable.
It really is. When you look at his legacy, it's marked by this incredible ability to not just understand where technology is going, but to actually shape that direction, to be a part of creating that future.
He's been a driving force behind some of the most significant shifts in the industry, from the rise of .NET and the move to open source to the explosion of cloud computing and now the integration of AI into every aspect of technology.
And throughout it all, he's maintained this unwavering focus on developers, understanding that they are the ones who will ultimately unlock the true potential of these technologies.
He's empowered them with the tools and platforms to build the future, and that's a powerful legacy to leave behind. And his influence goes far beyond the technologies themselves. He's helped change the way people perceive Microsoft.
That's a great point. Guthrie has been instrumental in shifting Microsoft's image from a company known for its proprietary software to one that embraces open source, collaboration, and developer choice.
He's made them more approachable, more in tune with the needs of the developer community.
Precisely. And that has had a ripple effect throughout the industry.
Yeah.
His advocacy for open source within Microsoft, a company once synonymous with closed systems, has been a significant cultural shift.
Think about things like .NET Core being open source. That was a huge...
Yeah, absolutely. It was a signal to the world that Microsoft was changing, that they were serious about engaging with the broader developer community.
Mhm.
And it paved the way for tools like Visual Studio Code, an open source code editor that has become incredibly popular among developers.
It's one of the most popular code editors in the world now.
Exactly. And that speaks volumes about the success of Guthrie's approach.
Yeah.
By focusing on the needs of developers, by being open to different platforms and technologies, he's helped create an environment where innovation can flourish.
So when we look back at Scott Guthrie's career, it's clear that his impact extends far beyond just lines of code or specific technologies.
He's been a catalyst for change both within Microsoft and within the tech industry as a whole. He's a reminder that technical brilliance combined with a deep understanding of the developer experience can lead to truly groundbreaking results.
He's transformed Microsoft's relationship with developers and cemented their place as a leader in the cloud and AI. From revolutionizing web development to spearheading Microsoft's cloud dominance, Scott Guthrie's impact is undeniable. He's proof that technical brilliance combined with a developer-first approach can reshape an industry. As you continue to explore the world of tech, think about this. How can Guthrie's journey inspire your own approach to innovation and leadership?
Thanks for listening to Mythos AI. Stay tuned for more concise insights. And remember to hit the like button and subscribe for future episodes.